Hello everyone, welcome back to the Cronecast with the Rising Moon. My name is Elaine, and on this channel I do yes and no tarot, I do predictive tarot, I do the spirit guide monthly, I also do active magic, candle magic tarot. But today I have for you a healing read. Where am I in my healing journey? Healing from codependency and other emotional trauma. We're going to check in, see where you are. It might have to do with whether or not you're ready for a relationship, it might not. Let's check and see with the cards. There are 4 piles in a pick a card presentation. Hey, before I get started, please don't forget to subscribe, hit that thumbs up button, and if you hit the post bell notification, you'll know every time that I post a video. Concentrate, see which one of the piles calls out to you. I do ask that you don't pick my piles by I always pick number 1, 2, 3, or 4. It just doesn't marry well with my particular reading style. There's an insert in a moment. Breathe deep, concentrate, see which one calls out to you. That is the message you're most meant to receive. And if you feel called to more than one pile, then that's appropriate too. I will see you at the time of your reading. Hello and welcome back. If you chose pile number 1, this is your reading. We're going to get started with looking at our oracle cards. I may pull some more at the end of this depending on what the predictive spread reveals. Please forgive the condition of my hands. I've been moving and doing a bunch of work with them, and so I've got cuts and bruises and all kinds of things. Focus on the cards and you'll be fine. If you focus on my hands, you might be just a little bit frightened. Let's get started with your reading. What do the cards have to say to you? Let's see. First one is trust. Breathe in, breathe out, let go of doubt. This is an issue after trauma. After you have been traumatized, particularly by a partner. By the way, codependency is never, ever, ever an insult. It is simply a toxic relationship dynamic that has a tendency to be a result of childhood trauma. It isn't a choice that you're making, and it is not a character flaw. It is something that can be healed from and overcome. You can still have a relationship with somebody that you've had a codependent dynamic with. You just have to heal the codependency first. And trust is one of the things that when you are in a toxic relationship takes a pounding. This takes a while to reestablish. Let's see where you are with this. Swift, stay true to your heart's desire and keep nature in your heart and home. Grounding work is always, always the best idea for things for healing, for anxiety relief, for depression relief. And the reason is the more firmly anchored you are in the here and now, you will be able to reach into the energies around you and find better answers, find better guidance, and find better flow. But this is stay true to your heart's desire and keep nature in your heart and home. Grounding is very important, but also trying to find your former self. That takes a bit of a pounding as well along a healing journey. Other people cannot truly alter us. Remember, one person's choices, one person's transgressions against us or sins against us or anything that they might have done to injure us, it's just that one person. Even though we might have attracted the same type of person over and over again as we heal, that does not mean it is indicative of all people. One of the things to help reestablish trust is going to be grounding and remembering who you are. Don't give the person who hurt you so much power over you that they are allowed to alter you. Joy, make time for the little things today. Hey, this is a hard one, but particularly as it pertains to relationships and recovery, finding a way to be truly happy by yourself, finding a way to enjoy and celebrate your existence just by yourself gives you so much power in it. It means that nobody has the power to give it to you and no one has the power to take it away. Reclaiming your joy is a big part of that. You look like you're actually doing quite well, pile 1. Let's keep going here. Rescue. Rescue is an interesting energy because it's leaving hard things behind. It is leaving behind, turmoil. It is leaving behind trauma. Nobody ever saves us. We save ourselves. And one of the things that we need to learn about that is simply you will always be your strongest ally. You will always be your greatest protector. As I'm always saying in relationships, nobody ever completes us. We are complete, we are happy, and then somebody comes and adds to that or enhances that or expands it, but they never make it, and that means they can never take it away as well. Emotional healing, well, we're on the right track. As your heart heals of old emotional pain, you receive new blessings and love. Hey, like energy attracts like energy. Don't forget that part. As you are healing, as you're expanding, as you let go of the past, resolve those issues, and reclaim your power, you will feel more love in your life. You'll feel more love in your existence. You will have more love in your friendships and your relationships. And we think of love as being a romantic term, and it's not. And don't overvalue romantic love over the love of family, over the love of friends, over the love of simply life and other connections, simply because, again, it is the light love most likely to depart our lives. You are healing, you are allowing more joy in, you're trying to reestablish your trust. Faraway places, get ready for new horizons. Hey, pile number one, it looks like in your healing journey, you're almost there. You could be there already. Let's get your predictive spread down. All right, and then I have courage. I find the inner strength to face fear with confidence. One of the most difficult things about a healing journey is there comes a point at which, hey, I've put myself back together. I feel whole within, I feel strong, I know myself again, I know my own strengths. And then comes the point at which we need to choose, am I going to stay in a solitary energy in order to protect myself? Because it takes courage to keep going, to go forward, and to form new connections, but it is always the thing that will help us test our new boundaries, display our new strength, and explore our healing. Let's find out where pile number one is in their healing journey. This might have to do with codependency, it might not. But a lot of the times, particularly in emotional healing, it has to do with a relationship, and relationship does not mean romance. It could be a relationship to family members. It could have been how you were parented, and you're trying to resolve formative damage. Here we go. Courage. I think you're at the point where you're healed, and now you're afraid to test those boundaries. Breathe, have trust, find the joy. Remember, you can always rescue yourself. You can recognize things now that you didn't. All of that work you did, all of it, everything you've learned, you can put into play. You are your own protection. Let's go 2 more times. 1 and 2. Hey, this is the Sun and Moon Tarot. I absolutely adore it because it's got the world's cutest images. That chunk really wants to come out, so we're going to put it there. And then you can go ahead and cut for the rest of it. But let's see what came out first. Okay, I have the 10 of Pentacles in the upright. Okay. 6 of Wands. Excellent. That's progress. That's victory. Ooh, over the Lovers. This is good. That's good choices. It's strength. It's knowing how to be self-protective. It's knowing how to make good choices in relationships. I back this up a little bit and move everybody back so I have more room for my spread. Ooh, knocking everybody over here. Well, this is a professional production. Sorry about this, guys. So here's the thing with the Lovers card. It can be the card for Geminis, but it is more often a call to resolve the 2 parts of ourselves, the intellectual and the emotional. It is about the journey that we take towards wholeness within. And when we are whole within, we are truly healed. So 6 of Wands is progress. It is also victory. You're apparently supposed to be getting ready for new horizons. The Rescue card is interesting because I think that you are the person who you had to prove to yourself that you are your own rescue squad. Then I have the Prince of Cups in the upright. I've already cut this, so let's go with it. King of Pentacles in the upright. This can be an earth sign, Capricorn, Virgo, or Taurus. Anybody who knows me well as a reader knows I rarely call out the astrological implications. I read more by emotional personality traits. I'm an empath. That's just how I read. But the King of Pentacles is someone who is secure, established. This can be your energy. 9 of Wands is boundaries. You've got good boundaries. You're feeling secure. The Empress is also about the love of life. Learning how to celebrate your existence, learning how to feel good no matter who is with or isn't with you. And remember, there are fluctuations in life, and that is normal, that is natural, and that is even necessary. With the 3 of Wands in reverse, now in a relationship read, this can be a third party, like somebody else that you're interested in, or if you have a person of interest that they're interested in. I don't really see it that way. The way that I see this is having a multitude of choices available to you and being careful with the ones that you make. Queen of Wands in the past does mean that you felt that your power was challenged. And then I have the 9 of Pentacles in reverse. That is the card of frustration, sometimes of insecurity. It's an interesting combination that you're getting there. Queen of Wands in reverse, 9 of Pentacles in reverse. With the Emperor in the upright is a card of personal power. It can be the card for Aries as well. It's also being able to make decisions in an informed and powerful manner. Six of Cups in reverse, that's a relationship from the past or to the past. With the Fool in reverse, this is the card for me of starting over again, older, wiser. Sometimes it's a little bit about needing not to be cynical, needing to embrace the concept of emotional change and growth in order to have more. I have the Chariot in the upright. This is a card of progress, victory. It's also a card for choice. It's the card for the astrological sign Cancer, but it is drive, it's ambition. You've got a lot going on here, actually. Five of Cups in the upright. This is a card of sometimes focusing on the wrong things. Sincerely. Princess of Swords in reverse is a card sometimes of gossip, of it can be about looking at somebody on their social media, watching them from afar. With the Ace of Swords is clarity, triumph, truth. It's clear communication. With the Five of Wands in reverse, which is a restoration of peace after a time of turmoil, is the end of conflict and confusion. So here's what's going on with your healing journey. You have, in the past, not been feeling particularly secure with that Ten of Pentacles in reverse. You are coming out of a period of stasis with this, though. You're going forward again. You have good movement in your life. You're starting to try and invite more in, but you have some trepidation around that. It looks like that's understandable because whatever crossed your path that caused the need to heal, caused a fair amount of trauma, you've put yourself back together in this really strong shape. The Lovers in the upright does mean that you may have a romantic pairing that is trying to come to you, as well as with this Prince of Cups. Your person of interest might be an earth sign. It doesn't have to be. You may not have a person of interest. You may actually be on a healing journey trying to reestablish your security and your sense of personal power. Everything is going here well. You're feeling more secure with this King of Pentacles. This is a card of having excellent boundaries. This person is good at self-protection. Now, that can be a card of being stressed and needing to have boundaries. I don't take it this way because it is a choice that you're making. This Three of Wands in reverse is a choice that you're making out of positive choices. And then the Queen of Wands in reverse and the hopes and fears with the Nine of Pentacles in reverse is you do fear. I think the last thing to heal for you was likely anger responses. Meaning, I think you were likely in situations in the past where in order to maintain your emotional safety, or maybe even your physical safety with that Five of Wands, you bit down on a lot of things. And now you're learning to express things more, but for a little while, the way you enforced your boundaries was a little bit too exuberant, and you're learning better balance. The Six of Cups in reverse, you're still slightly influenced by an energy of the past. Don't blame yourself for that. Quite frequently people are, when we're healing, it takes more time than we think it is. We have a tendency to be like, oh, I'm healed, and then we'll be tested and discover there's still an area of vulnerability. But here, it just looks like you're ready to launch again and go forward, but you are focusing on the wrong things in your new connections and the chances that you're taking. And again, not a criticism, it's just a reminder. Whoever hurt you is one person, maybe a series of people who greatly resembled each other as you tried to resolve some emotional issues and emotional damage from the past. But they are just one human being who caused the bulk of the damage, the thing that caused you to look at the need to heal. Afterwards, please don't superimpose that onto everybody that you meet. Everyone is on a different journey, and even though we all have a tendency to kind of live in these programmed energies, it does not mean that we're not able to have our own experience and define things differently. Everybody that you meet may not be on the same trauma, codependency, and emotional healing journey. And if you find that you're suspecting somebody's motives based on a former person's actions, that's a little bit of a red flag around reminding yourself it's important to be appropriately aware when something is crossing a boundary, but don't assume it. And that is one of the recommendations that you're getting here, is try to be as open as is appropriate and safe. You have a lot coming to you with that Swift card. Joy, trust. You don't trust people right now. You just don't. You do. You suspect their motives. That's okay. But here's the thing. We don't have the Seven of Swords on this scene. I don't have any of the cards that really alarm me in reverse. Strategy really wanted out, as with half the deck. I'm just going to pull some energy cards here. What else can pile number one do? Are they ready yet for a new relationship? We're going to check with the romance angels before we go, if your question is about a relationship. If it's not, remember, this is just going to be telling you about whether or not you're ready to move forward in other forms of relationships. Storm warning is a change. We have strategy, storm warning. I think that I think you had to really lean in on a process. That for a while you kind of tried to maybe dance around the need to heal. Like you would get you'd address one thing or two things, and then you'd be like, I'm ready, and then there would be a resurgence. And when there was enough times that there was a resurgence of that energy, your boundaries with that Nine of Wands became a little bit too pronounced. Envy, second chakra, Archangel Ariel, and rest and rejuvenation. Here's the thing, I think one of the things that you need to resolve, envy in this case I don't think is envying anybody in particular, but be careful. Be careful. It is a card of negative emotions. It can be, again, about that doubt and that suspicion, again, of not knowing how to achieve trust without giving complete trust. You've got your guard up a little bit, and I do think that part of your healing journey was simply understanding, because the Five of Cups in the upright is that no matter what you think somebody's life is like, they are on their own journey. They're trying to complete their own things. Rest and rejuvenation is you're still in a little bit of stasis as you recover your passion for life. But we have so many cards of forward movement as well, with this Chariot in the upright and then the Six of Wands in the upright. These are both cards of moving forward. The time is pretty much nigh. Let's go ahead and we're going to check with the Kipper deck to see if it has anything to add here. And we're going to go ahead and pull a romance angel before we close this out. Where are you in your healing journey? You're almost entirely there. Your ability to trust needs a little bit of work. Your ability, and all that is about is, remember, you're the person who rescued yourself. No matter what you think happened, even if you were left by an abusive partner, you've been the person to kind of put yourself back together. Give yourself that credit. Know that you're different. Know that you'll be able to spot things as you need to. There we go. Have faith in you. Trust that you are able to be self-protective with that Nine of Wands energy. Okay, I have Thief. Yep, and we were talking about trust, and I have a feeling that somebody did so much damage to your ability to trust that you're not sure how to reestablish it. Because I don't think you saw it. I just don't think you did. Pathway. I have Poverty. That's a card of deprivation. Adjudication, Lovers, Courtship. Okay. Poverty and this Five of Cups energy are very, very similar energy. You are afraid that people are trying to take something from you with that Thief's card and that Poverty's card. Remember, the relationship to self, adjudication is judgment as well. Lovers is the card here as well with Courtship. So here's the thing, pile number one. You likely have a relationship incoming. And it looks to me with that King of Pentacles energy, it looks to me like it may be with a romantic partner. You still have a couple of things to overcome. And take it slowly. Reestablish your trust. Remember, you have the power. And don't sabotage yourself. That storm warning is also a warning about allowing things, this Courage card and this New Horizons. Listen, to start again is going to take courage. To start again is going to take faith in yourself. But you're different, and you will get a different result now. All right, let's see what your romance angel is. Wedding, the situation involves marriage. This could be the dissolution of a marriage. Let your friends help you. Ask for and accept for help from others. And then deception. Someone is wearing a false self-mask in this relationship, and free yourself. If this is a prior commitment that has caused you to mistrust other people's motives. Know that, again, you have the power, you have the control. Let your friends help you. You may do best with, it's time to take back control of your life and ask for and accept support from others. Talk about your feelings with your support group. Remember, a diversified support group is another thing that can help keep you safe. We're going to take one last card from the angel answers, and then we're going to close this out. Group number one, I don't think have let anybody into your life yet. I think that you kind of want to, but you've got some trust issues. You're struggling with your faith in yourself as well. You can have all the faith in the world that you deserve it. You've been through something, you worked hard, and you've come out on the other side. More is trying to come to you. Let's see, and I do have hints of a new relationship. It's just that believe in your own power. That Emperor card, please believe in your own power. There's something better. Perfect timing. Sometimes we're held back from new relationships because until we're healed, we will not attract the correct people. Hey, group number one, that was your reading for where you are in your healing journey. You've got somebody, it looks like they're coming in. You've done all the work that you're supposed to. Trust yourself. You don't need to have perfect trust and perfect faith in all of humanity. You just need to know that you're the person in charge of your own journey, that you're self-protective, you're strong. All of the healing work that you did has served you well. And you're kind of ready for all of the hints of a new relationship. Thank you so much for joining me, group number one. If you want to book me for a private reading, there's an insert in a moment with all the information on how to contact me. I'd love a chance to read for you in real life. Take care, be well, and good luck on the rest of your journey. Hello and welcome back. If you chose pile number two, then this is your reading. Hey, the Thelema deck is going to be bringing you the protective spread, but let's get started with your oracle cards. Where are you in your healing journey? Now, this could be about whether or not you're ready for a relationship, whether or not you can kind of consider yourself as healed as you're going to get from the past, and now you can test that in the future. It could be in a work relationship. Remember, a lot of things cause us the need to heal. It's usually trauma related. It's usually about having to embrace our personal power. Let's see what's going on with you, pile number two. I have butterflies. Whenever you see a butterfly flutter through the grass, it is to remind you of the love of those who's passed. Ooh, this could be healing from grief. Let's find out. I have rhinoceros hornbill. Perfect trust will be rewarded with its like. Like a lot of people who are healing pile number two, it is likely that you are trying to reestablish your ability to trust, reestablish your feeling of safety. Remember, we are the ones who keep ourselves safe. Butterflies are also about transformation. They start out as a caterpillar, there's the chrysalis, and then they emerge as a butterfly. They're the same, but they have transitioned into a more beautiful state of being. And it is freer, and they have greater movement, and there's a lot of reasons that the butterfly stage, even though you leave behind your caterpillar, is better. Let's see, or I guess better's not the right word. There's no such thing as better or worse. It is simply wherever you are in your journey. Forgiveness, a crushed flower still gives off sweet scent. Okay. Forgiveness is one of the more difficult energies to achieve in a healing journey because it feels like we're saying whatever you did to me is okay. And that is not what forgiveness is. Forgiveness is no longer letting the pain of the past, the slights of the past, the injuries of the past rule your present. So if you release it, if you let go of the animosity, if you let go of the anger, if you say, you didn't know any better, so you didn't do any better, or even though you're broken and damaged and you were broken and damaging to me, I forgive you because I want to live in the energy of joy, happiness, freedom, and love. That's what forgiveness is. It isn't really about what the other person did. It is about freedom for ourselves. I have sacred pool. This is also about spirituality, making sure that you're getting rid of negative energies, making sure that you're practicing good self-care and good energy management. And then I have get some exercise. This is a grounding one. As your body becomes stronger, you begin to feel stronger in all ways. This red color is the root chakra color. It is important for anxiety, for healing of anger as well. Forgiveness is one of the things that taps into anger. Remember, anger is a protective emotion. It is protecting fear. The opposite energy of love is not hatred, it is fear. And so that is part of the reason that forgiveness becomes so crucial. And then, of course, Exercise is one of the things that helps stir up endorphins, and it is one of the things that combats anxiety and depression, which is often part of a healing journey. And then I have get the big picture, view from above. I think you're taking a greater perspective when it comes to forgiveness. I think you're still struggling just a little bit with that. Forgiveness is impacting your ability to trust. Your anger over what happened in the past may be impacting going forward. What you need to release last is your anger at what was done to you. And it is not, if you forgive it, it is not the same thing as saying it didn't matter. It mattered very much. Your pain matters. How you were hurt matters. But you matter so much that you deserve to live free of that energy. Indecision. I use my intuition in all aspects of life. You do have your answers within. You do have your ability to discern. You do have your ability to judge for yourself. You are taking a greater perspective on it wasn't all defining. Whatever happened to you, you still have the power to change your life and to make progress. This is a great grounding exercise, but it also will help with mood management. This is another energetic practice. The sacred pool is about spiritual baths. It's good to take them on the new moon and in the full moon. It just helps release the energies and set our intentions. Perfect trust will be rewarded with, it's like, listen, I don't like this for relationships. Perfect trust is not something that can really be invested in a romantic partner. It has to be earned. And that is something that can only be accomplished over time. Even when you think you've met somebody who is very energetically connected to you, take the time to know them, take the time to get to know them. And your perfect trust should be in the divine and in yourself. Extend the appropriate trust to partners, but know that you are a self-protecting unit. Forgiveness, again, this is usually about trying to release the anger of whatever happened to you so that you can forgive and you can live in a more positive and healthful and loving energy. Get up there and stay up there. Okay, here we go. Let's get the Thelema deck going here. It's a slightly battered deck, but I really, really, really like it. It's a bit of a warhorse of a deck, meaning I used to be able to use it in an online setting to read for just giant groups of people. I missed my shuffle entirely. All right, let's get going for pile number 2. Let's get going for pile number 2. What does pile number 2 need to know? Where are they in their healing journey? Apparently anger is being resolved so that you can achieve trust more, so that you can forgive, so that you can move forward and take a greater perspective, and knowing that you can trust your intuition with that indecision card. This is just, I might have picked the wrong deck. It's very, very, very mushy right now. But let's see. Can I get some energy for pile number 2, please? We're going to go 4 times on this. 1, what's pile number 2's energy on their healing journey? What's pile number 2's energy, please? 1. And 2. And 3. Come on, dudes. And 4. It's almost like that energy around forgiveness is in the deck because it's very choppy. Let's find out what's going on here. Please forgive the state of my hands, and I've got scrapes all over me. I've been moving a great deal, and I was hiking yesterday, and I got all scratched up. King of Cups in reverse. Narcissism. You may have been hurt by an abusive narcissist. I have the 3 of Swords in the upright. Oh, that is heartbreak, grief, despair, and pain. I have the Hermit in reverse that is emerging after some soul searching, after looking deep within and after healing. I have the 4 of Pentacles in the upright, which is being guarded. It is holding on to things too tightly. It is not releasing the energy of the past. That is in the recent past of the energy. I have the Emperor in reverse. Oh, jeepers. No wonder this was feeling so choppy. This is just a flat-out abuser. And it does look like you're having a hard time releasing what happened. Remember, that person's not capable of learning lessons. No matter how much anger and resentment you hold towards them, they're just missing a piece. The only person that's holding you back by that anger is you, and you deserve. Don't give that person that power over you. And it's not a choice entirely, but make the choice to start releasing it, to recognize that's just a broken human being. You deserve every good thing. Narcissists and sociopaths, that's that combination, are frequently drawn to high-level intuitives, empaths, and very caretaking people. This looks like a codependency pile. Ace of Swords in the upright is clarity, truth, and the ability to speak your mind. I have the Eight of Swords in reverse, which is freeing yourself from doubt. That is moving freely forward. I have the King of Swords in reverse. Wow, you were lied to as well. This is a really tough combination. Hey, shout out right now, if you weren't involved with a really abusive person, then this might not be your pile, because this is a very abusive energy. I have the Three of Cups in the upright. Community, celebration, reunion, friendship, being able to connect with others. I have the Page of Swords in the upright. The Fool in the upright is starting over. That is also trust and faith. With the Three of Wands in reverse, good choices. Having a lot of opportunities coming to you and more manifesting. Six of Wands in reverse. Okay, I think you've been kind of held back from progress on a lot of things with the Ten of Swords in the upright because you weren't quite done with your process here. This is a very interesting card because what people don't realize is it's also about spiritual enlightenment. It's never a good image, but when we are pierced through, when we have to confront all that has held us back in the past, we are free to go forward more powerfully. Four of Swords in the upright is a card of action and moving forward. With the Temperance card, ooh, look at that. Oh, the Devil in the upright and then the Temperance card. Now this can be the card for Capricorns and this can be the card for Sagittarius. The Devil is the card for Capricorn, Temperance is the card for Sagittarius. Here's the thing that's healing. This is the Archangel Raphael helping you to heal from this really punishing relationship. Five of Swords in reverse is the restoration of peace and of tranquility in your life. Okay, so where are you in your healing journey? You're right at the beginning of the new stage. If you're wondering, is the past the past? Yes, it is. Are you the butterfly now, having been in the cocoon? Yes, you are. Your trust is partially damaged because of this individual who is just a heinous human being. Like, sincerely, this is my least favorite combination in any relationship read. This is a narcissist and this is a sociopath. So it is frequently a malignant narcissist, and of course the Three of Swords can be, now it's not entirely a bad card. It can be about I do read reversals, so in the upright it doesn't have a lot of good meanings for me, but it can mean surgery, it can mean resolution of medical problems. It doesn't have anything to do with that here. It has to do with this person who apparently damaged you so deeply that you no longer have the ability to trust yourself and others. You do, though. You do. I think it was a long journey, and there were a lot of delays, there was a lot of blockages, as you tried to process and release the past so that you could start over, and now you're ready to. Where does that leave you right now? It leaves you with trying to, this is, I almost feel terrible saying this, forgiveness of this particular individual is going to be difficult. It does look as if they were an incredibly punishing person to be around. They damaged your trust by lying to you. You reclaimed everything, though. You reclaimed your own power. Please don't forget that part. You are far more powerful than you believe yourself to be. Let's go ahead and we're going to pull some energy cards on this because it's a very difficult energy. Where are you? You're starting over with this Fool energy. You have a lot of choices available to you. The only thing that you're personally struggling with is that you have a tendency to think that the people that you meet, particularly romantic individuals, are an embodiment of this incredibly damaging person. Remember, the easiest way to truly have victory over that person, because the Six of Wands in the upright is a card of victory, the only way to truly have victory is to reclaim your life. The view from above, the greater perspective is, why did they identify you and latch on to you and try to rule your life so much? Because you're actually very powerful. You're actually very special. Remember that about yourself. It doesn't mean that you're a magnet for predators. What it means is that you have a light that others can see. Allow your light to shine again and know that you are the person who protects you. You can trust and you can forgive. Who just jumped out? I have the Yin Yang card, which is balance, the masculine and feminine energies. It can be a soulmate card as well. 22, yeah, that's about relationship to self and others. There we go. Two more times. 1, and 2. I just accidentally did 2, 2, 2, didn't I? All right, here we go. All right. The temple path, healing. You are balanced, you are healed, you are secure, and you are able to protect yourself. I want one more. Hostilities. That's the anger, door to value. All right. On the other side of, you don't need to retain your anger to stay safe. You don't. Your anger is not the thing that is making you secure. You are self-protective. You have healed. You are in balance. The hardest thing is that there was a deliberate energy to this particular figure. This is somebody who schemes as well. They lied to you on purpose, and they apparently took things from you on purpose. They took your ability to trust. They still try to trigger you. They still try to be a part of your life. They know more and more that they cannot be any longer, and you are trying to release that energy. Let's go with the Kipper Oracle, and the only thing you're having problems with is you think that the way to protect yourself is to assume that everybody is like that person. That person is from a tiny percent of the population, truly a tiny percent of the population. And they will never know true joy. They will never know true love. They will never know true happiness in this incarnation. Why would somebody choose that existence? It can be about resolving prior karma. It can be about setting up the lessons that they need to learn for their next lifetime. But that particular individual is broken. Nothing that you can do, no grudge that you can hold, no resentment or animosity that you can push towards them will ever change them. So change yourself. Change yourself, and remember that was just a bad person. That was just a bad person, but you're not. So allow yourself to move forward knowing I'm protective. I have been able to overcome one of the nastiest energies anybody has ever encountered. Tell yourself that. Have courage. Remember, the sacred pool is also about the divine. Bad health. Unexpected income. Toil and labor. Thoughts. Lovers. Oh, okay. And marriage. Okay, you are still working on increasing. You've been making very good progress, but you were badly injured by this person. You are able to take care of yourself. You are able to provide for yourself with this particular energy. You're struggling with trust. You're just struggling with trust. You don't know, because you did trust this other person. Here's the thing, I think they identified what a good person you are, and it was one of the reasons that they latched onto you. And you do not need to be afraid that it's going to happen again. I think you are, but you don't need to be, because you were strong enough to overcome that. Always remember, if you think back, there were things you ignored. If you think back, and that's not blame, there were things that could have been a case of like, oh, I see it now. I ignored it then because when I love somebody, I love them so very completely. You will never be in that position again. You will spot them a mile away, because that view from above energy, you've gained that perspective. Remember that about yourself. And get out there and mingle a little bit more. You have that 3 of Cups energy. You don't have to be on dating apps if you don't want to be, but be receptive to interactions with other people to the level of your comfort. You don't need to isolate in order to feel safe. This could be the one you've already met, the romantic partner you seek. All right, so group number 2, apparently, positive thinking and faith will bring you romance is the other one. I wasn't going to go for 2 on that, but I just wanted to see where this is going. Apparently, I'm not going to get that information in this one. You are still being asked to release your anger over this situation, because it's not doing anything to that person. It's not doing anything to that person. It's doing something to you. And everything that happened to you mattered so much that your guides just want you to know you deserve to be entirely free, and you can protect yourself. And you don't need to worry about your trust ever being betrayed like that again. You won't invest it in someone who's not worthy in the near future. Okay, so group number 2, kind of a fun read. You've only got a little bit more work to do. I don't think that you are living in a victim mentality. I genuinely don't. I think that energy is the energy of somebody who is incredibly punishing And they were so on purpose. But remember, you can trust yourself. This intuition, you have great instincts. You have good perception. You have good perspective, and you have your own personal power. You did transform yourself. Part of who you need to forgive is you. You didn't do anything wrong. All you did was love somebody, and they took advantage of that. But you are strong, and you can be free, and you can move forward. In group number 2, apparently you have already met the romantic partner you seek. Your healing journey is essentially complete, except for the fact that you need to forgive yourself. And I think it's almost asking the impossible to say, forgive that person. See them for who they truly are, and know that they couldn't even choose to be a better person. They're simply missing a part. Let them go. Don't let them define your life. Don't let them define your relationships. Know that you are the person who does that, and you are protected by the divine. You are strong, and you can trust you. And that's all you really need. Take care, be well. Thank you so much for joining me. If you'd like to book me for a private reading, there is a link to my website in the description box down below. That is the only way to book me. I'd love a chance to read for you in real life. Please don't forget to subscribe. Please don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. It does help my channel. I will see you the next time, and I'm so glad that you're so far along in your healing journey. Go forward as the butterfly that you are. Welcome back. If you chose pile number 3, then this is your reading. We're using the crystal deck for your predictive spread, but let's get going with your oracle cards. Where are you in your healing journey? This may pertain to codependency. It doesn't have to. One of the prior groups was actually about abuse, which unfortunately so often exists in codependent relationships. Codependency is not an insult. The easiest way to heal from it is to accept that it is just something that was learned in unhealthy dynamics, usually in childhood. You do not bear responsibility for it. It is not a character flaw. It does function like an addiction, but that is because our self-worth and our self-belief gets tied up in our view of a relationship and where we are in it. You're on a healing journey. Let's see how far you've come. Okay, retreat. Never underestimate the healing power of a quiet moment. This can be an energy of needing to withdraw into self in order to heal. You may have done that already. Wishing well. To make some wish magic, cast this spell. Throw pennies into the wishing well. Here's a fun thing. We do have the power to start manifesting our reality. Until such time as we've recovered from codependency, it's very important not to have another committed relationship. Until we repair it, we will repeat it. And so that is why the retreat until such time as you are repaired energy is so important. I have blue mannequin. Patience brings rewards. Hey, be kind and patient with yourself. If you've really been through something, please don't just watch the clock. Don't just watch the calendar ticking off every second, hour, and today saying, my life is being frittered away. You have plenty of life available. You have plenty of time ahead of you. And the more that you kind of tap into, everything can change in the space of a day, in the space of an hour, in the space of a minute. Enjoy the life that you have right now. Be patient with it. If you're a little bit held away from other people, start thinking about who it is and what it is and where it is that you would like to be. Start envisioning it. Do some work with meditation as well. Deep freeze, I do think you're held in stasis. That's a hard energy because people get so resentful of it. Why would the divine leave me all by myself? Because you're not safe when you're this injured. And it means that you'll attract predators, you'll attract more abusers, you'll attract more people who are damaging to you when you're still trying to heal. And sometimes the universe says, you mean so much to us, we're going to put you in this retreat and deep freeze energy. And it is not a punishment, it is the ultimate act of love. They don't want you to repeat this cycle. They want you to be free so that you can have the glorious life that you are truly intended for. Whom do you need to forgive? As you release old anger or resentment, you will find that your wishes will come true. I think you've got some resentment towards your spirit guides right now. I think that you're really resenting the deep freeze energy, and it is simply because they want you to be well. They simply want you to be well so that you will never have this happen to you again. Patience brings rewards. it can take a while. It depends on the depth of the injury. It depends on how long you've had the trauma. You can be in a healing cycle for, please don't be angry, but it can be for years. But once it is over, it's over. And it's so important to invest the time so you don't have to do it again. So it's not a cycle, so that you don't repeat it. Forgive the divine, forgive yourself. Work on forgiving whoever hurt you, because the only thing the anger does is damage you. I have navigating by the stars, follow your bliss. I think you're trying to find a way to be happy again. It's so important to be happy by ourselves before we try and be happy in a relationship. That's one of the ways that we always have our own personal power, because no one's bringing us our happiness. We make it, we maintain it. And if somebody isn't behaving properly, we show them the door without regret, without fear, and knowing that I don't need you because I have me. Regret. I know that I cannot change the past. Okay. You didn't waste your life. You didn't waste chunks of it. You didn't waste portions of it. Forgive yourself as well. If you feel like just nothing's been happening, it is not a punishment. It genuinely is not. It is because you are considered worthwhile and special. Special enough to deny your desires at the moment so that you can have the better life overall that you truly deserve. Let's get going here. I think I had you with the crystal deck. I did. Sorry, I set it so far to the side that it was with the other decks. Here we go. Let's find out what pile number 3 needs to know for their healing journey. Let's get going. What does pile number 3 need to know for their healing journey? Looks like you're in a bit of a deep freeze. Navigating by the stars, follow your bliss. Remember, it is very, very important to be happy in the life that you have by yourself. And that is not the same thing as saying because you're going to stay single. It doesn't mean that at all. It means that when you're happy by yourself, you have the ultimate power in your relationship. It's not about punishment. It's about the restoration of personal power. 2 more times, please. 1. 6 of Pentacles in the upright is good balance, good reciprocity, good give and take. I have the Page of Wands in reverse. That can be about anger. That can be about impulsivity. That can be about, by the way, if you find yourself having disproportionate responses to things, that's another sign that you've got a little bit more healing to do. Heed those signs. Don't resent it. Just kind of lean in on the, well, I'm still having that problem. This person can still trigger me. That situation can still trigger me. Just keep doing the work so that you're whole and you're strong and you're healed, and then everything good is coming to you. The High Priestess in the upright is the feminine divine. It is mystery. It is enigma. It is also sometimes things that were hidden. 10 of Cups in the upright is a family situation. You may be working on trying to forgive a partner. With the World in reverse, it's a starting over energy. The Hierophant in reverse, this is the card for Tauruses. It's also the card for a marriage that has ended. I have the Sun in reverse, which is the start of a new positive cycle. I love the Sun. It is such a positive energy that even in reverse, it means, depending on where it is in the spread, it has a positive connotation. I have the 6 of Swords in reverse. There's been a delay, though. There's been a delay. The 6 of Swords in reverse is about trying to get to the promised land, trying to get to serene waters, trying to find tranquility, peace, happiness. I have the 6 of Cups in reverse in the hopes and fears due to a past relationship. With the Devil in the upright in the outcome card, you may still be in a stage of trying to recover from codependency. Codependency, not an insult. It's simply not an insult. It forms through no fault of yours. It forms through dynamics that were brought to us in childhood that we can learn to overcome to become our most powerful self. Now, this cannot be, it's not always the worst. It can be about indulging in life, enjoying your life. Part of the reason that you might be held in stasis is simply finding a way to be happy again, to follow your bliss energy after a period of change and turmoil. This isn't a bad set of cards. It's truly not. It looks like you're really Ace of Cups in reverse. With the 7 of Swords in reverse. I have the 8 of Pentacles in the upright. Ace of Wands in the upright. This is interesting. 5 of Pentacles in the upright. Queen of Swords in the upright. 4 of Swords in reverse. And then I have the Queen of Pentacles in the upright. Okay. So let's talk a little bit about this. Your happiness was a little bit stolen by a relationship in the past. It could have been a marriage that was difficult to you. This is a card of potentially having been deceived, found out about it. I don't have any cards here for cheating. I don't think you were cheated on necessarily. It's possible, but I don't have it here. But it does look as if you're trying to recover from a relationship that damaged your ability to simply feel happiness, to feel energy and happiness and joy in your life. You are in this retreat energy. I don't think that you're dealing with anger as much as it is frustration. You're just wondering when you get to be secure, confident, when everything changes. It is. You're still dealing with releasing anxieties from the past. This is a card of financial deprivation, but it's also emotional deprivation. Somebody like left you feeling entirely, I guess, impoverished emotionally. Everything got delayed. It might have been around COVID. It might not have been. This is a timeless reading. Whenever you are called to it, that's the time that you're meant to see it. Your starting over again has been, I think you had a very, very deep wound. And so you've been in stasis. You've been in that deep freeze energy. You've been trying to figure out the ways to be happy again. You struggle with depression sometimes. You struggle with anxiety sometimes. You're doing much better. And if anything, part of that retreat energy is you're struggling with how to let people in again. This regret card, I know that I cannot change the past. That doesn't mean you're going to relive it. Everything that is joyful is available to us if we choose to look at it. If you have time to watch this, then chances are that right in this very moment you have enough. And that doesn't mean you have enough overall, but quite frankly, nobody really ever does. If you think you know somebody who has it all, there's something that they want. There's something that they're not telling you. Nobody has the lives that we think they do. We are meant to come here and we are meant to have adversity and struggle so that we can learn. We would not understand joy if we had not had the contrast to sorrow. We would not really value love if we had not had loss. It is difficult, but that is how we learn, and that is how we learn to trust ourselves, trust others, to connect well. I think that with that deep freeze energy, though, you're starting to be really unhappy with the isolation. Action, oh good. I don't read these in reverse. Indecision. Oh, the thinking man, caring connection. Summon chakra, Archangel Uriel. Okay, so group number 3, here's the thing. You have somebody who is, you might be very connected to them psychically already, because this is the energy of air. This is a potentially divine partnership. You're wondering when that's coming to be. You might not know this person, you might. They are on the other side of you rediscovering your ability to simply find your emotional connection, follow your bliss. One of the things you do is you need to release the anger. You just need to release the anger. This isn't a punishment. This life is not a punishment. It's not. Even when you've had things go hideously wrong, sometimes even from birth, it is not that you're being punished. When we are here, our ego defines almost everything by how much we've suffered, how much has been taken away from us, comparing ourselves to others. And that's all ego-driven. If you can try and take the greater perspective of, I've learned so much about myself through my adversities, through the things that were cast into my path. I've learned how to trust myself. I've learned my own power. If you can try and look at it that way, it will free you so much. You have more coming to you. And that energy draw suggested that there's a partner upcoming, that they're already with you in energetic space. They may be known to you in the 3D. If they're not yet, though, the wishing well energy is there. Start envisioning what it is that you want. In this period of, I do feel for you, pile number 3, because this is hard. This is hard. It feels like being cast into isolation in order to heal. It's not a punishment. What happens to people if they try and form new relationships before they're healed is, the saying is, if you don't repair it, you will repeat it. You will accidentally attract the same type of partner, which is likely what happened in the first place. is that the person who hurt you so badly, they reminded you of somebody who did not meet your needs in a formative stage. And until such time as you start meeting your needs, unfortunately, you will continue to look for that in other people. That's not a criticism, and it's not at all about weakness. It's about re-pouring your emotional foundation. And that's what you've been doing in this period of deep freeze and retreat. Patience brings rewards. Don't be frustrated with it. Enjoy it. Lean into it. Say, okay. What I always tell my clients is pretend you're 9. When you were 9 years old, you completely understood it was not the time to have a partner. You just enjoyed your life. So do that. Pretend you're a 9-year-old. What did you like then? What made you happy? What sparked your imagination? What helped you find your joy? What was bliss then? And that will have some relationship to what you still resonate with. We have courthouse. Occupation, bad health. Child, you are healing still. Coffin, we're resolving formative issues. Gift, and then message. Okay, I don't normally take this many, but here's the thing. This could have been a marriage. It could have been a formal commitment. It does look like it was a romantic pairing that caused great injury and caused you to examine your formative damage. Coffin. This action of nothing happening is because you're trying to resolve these issues from the past so that more can come to you and you will be able to form a greater connection with somebody that apparently you are already connected to in energetic space. Could be a twin flame, of course. Does this person have to be known to you in 3D? No, they do not, but they may be. They may be. And you may feel it a little bit, and that's part of your frustration with, why am I not allowed to have what I want? So that you're protected, so that you never have to feel like this again. Don't have resentment towards this period of the deep freeze of being held in stasis. It is to make sure that the rest of your life is a completely different energy. It is, think of it as earning a degree. You're earning a degree in your own personal power, and it takes time to learn those lessons. And I think you're almost done. I think there just is 1 or 2 things that you need to kind of put to rest. And the whole regret around life is, oh my goodness. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. This is stay optimistic about your love life. That regret, that frustration, I think you think you're not getting a life. Like it's over. I don't know if you're maybe a little bit older. It's possible. It doesn't have to be. Listen, there's value in life no matter what age you're at, and there's value in love. I just read for a client the other day who, she's quite mature and, really, really looking forward to her next relationship because she had one that didn't work out so well, and she discovered, I'm a completely different person now. And by the way, my client wouldn't mind, there's no identifying details there. I was just trying to let you know that we were talking about exactly that concept. Love is love at any age, and it still has passion, and it still has romance. It still has excitement. And when it comes after some battles, after some scars, and after some healing, it has the feeling of triumph with it as well, and self-protection, and so little risk. Communicate clearly. This is the angel answers that you're getting. You have that wishing well energy as well. Listen, don't forget, everything's possible in this life. This follow your bliss, you're not being asked to find what would make you happy in a solitary energy because you're going to remain in one. Be patient with this time. Be patient with it. It's asking you, whom do you need to forgive? Your guides, fate, life. Potentially, and this is where I think like we hear the screeching of brakes, the partner who hurt you. Sincerely, it may be that they are simply not capable. They're wounded in their own way, and then they were wounding. And you don't need to forgive them and wish them well and hope every joy comes to them. You need to forgive them so that you can be released from the energy of resentment and stop being held back. You cannot change the past. Follow your bliss. Okay, group number 3. Lean into that. You are already connected to your real partner. There is somebody for you. You had the caring connection card. Release the regret towards the past. Release the self-recrimination. Understand that none of this was a punishment, and the joy you have yet to experience will be blissful. But it is coming to you, and hopefully it will get here soon. Forgive yourself, forgive others, and inhabit this time of stasis as the best opportunity to find out what would really make you happy as the new, strong, healing version of yourself. Take care, be well. Thank you for joining me in group number 3. If you'd like to book me for a private reading, there's a link to my website in the description box down below. I would love a chance to read for you in real life. Remember, you have the power. If you are held in stasis right now, it is not because you will never know love. It is because your next love will be your greatest love. Take care, be well. I'll see you next time. Welcome back. Thank you for joining me. This is group number 4. If this was the pile that you picked, then this is your reading. Your predictive spread will be brought to you by the Everyday Witch. Please forgive my hands. I've been moving, painting, hiking. I've got scratches and dents and bruises all over me. But concentrate on the cards and you'll get a better view. Okay, so we're going to start with your oracle cards. Sorry about bumping the tripod there. All right, your oracle cards are gratitude. Everything will be all right. Fairies dance in your delight. I think that is a beautiful energy. Gratitude is easy to achieve if you simply try to find it. Be grateful for every moment. Be grateful for how the sun shines on a beautiful day, pretty flowers that you see, birds that you see going by. Remember, these all add to what is delightful in your existence. Find delight and it will increase. Honey Guide, benefit from the harvest of knowledge and sustenance that cooperation brings. Remember, you are in a process with the universe. Cooperate with it. Lean into it. Remember, if things aren't working out the way that you want right now, that's not a punishment. It means that there's more to happen. Twilight, oh my goodness. Surrender to the last hour when the light barely touches the flowers. That is also about allowing things to end. Allowing yourself to recognize that it's time to move forward. Benefit from the harvest of knowledge. I think you're healed and you are afraid to move forward, and that's okay. Gentle Gardener is the card of the divine at work in our life, trying to bring us everything that we would hope and want. You are overseen. You do have guides. You do have a connection. Walk away. Ooh, leave the unhealthy situation. Enjoy the new doors that open as a result. Oh, group number 4, I think you're healed. I think you're healed, and the only thing holding you back right now is you. You genuinely, you might already have so much gratitude for feeling better that you're like, this is good. I will not risk this. You might be in the happy hermit energy. Let's find out. Gates of triumph, success expands in your life. You are, group number 4, you're healed. I wonder why you're not. Relationships. I'm attracted to those who serve my higher good. Okay. I get this in the comment section sometimes. People who have had hideous experiences in the past and they're like, well, I healed and I decided in the aftermath I was done. I would just never have another relationship. Listen, it is fine to decide that you're going to be single. It genuinely is. There is nothing in this universe that will ever say you have to have a romantic partner. If you want to be single, but don't exclude other people. Allow yourself to form relationships with people. Just because you've been hurt in the past, that is not a predictor of the future. And by the way, please don't try and define always. Always changes. Part of the reason that you're here is that something happened, something changed. Things can change for the better as well. Say, for right now, I'm happy being single. For right now, I don't need another person in my life. For right now, I'm receptive. If I meet somebody I really, really groove on, I really vibe with them, then we could form the best relationship ever. Don't define always by right now. And what just came? Oh, you're like here's good. The Chariot in reverse is the astrological sign, Cancer, but in this case, like you found a way. Leave behind the energy of you worked really hard to get here. Don't think that right now, because it feels better, is the only way that you can ever be in order to be safe. Judgment in reverse is the start of a new karmic cycle. You are just starting your next chapter. You have not finished it. And we can have multiple loves. And it doesn't matter how long a relationship was. It doesn't, even if you're like, for instance, if you were 85 years old and watching this and you're like, what would be the point? I'm only going to live for X number more years, because Every day brings us something new. Every day is worthwhile. Every day has increase. Every day has a reason to be grateful. If it was 3 weeks out of your life and it was the greatest love of your life, and then everybody concerned departed the earth, you still would have had 3 weeks of bliss. Do not measure the worth of having relationships by the calculator of longevity. We are overinvested in the idea of permanence as the only measure of value. Ace of Pentacles in the upright is a new and successful. This is the offering from the Gods card. This is something new and successful trying to come into your life. The aces are the seed cards. They get things started. Nine of Pentacles in reverse. This is an insecure energy with the Six of Wands in the upright. Triumph, moving forward. Queen of Pentacles in reverse. That is an anxiety card that is about insecurity. It can be earth signs, Capricorn, Virgo, or Taurus. This is probably the best time to revisit. I rarely call out astrological signs. I just do. I go more by emotional traits. I'm empathic. I'm clairaudient, clairvoyant, and clairsentient, and I go more by the emotional constitution of somebody. Can astrological reading tell me a lot about that? Absolutely, but usually someone's sun sign doesn't tell us as much as we think it does. Emperor in reverse. An abuse of power is your internal influence. It looks like you've withdrawn and that you healed. Two of Swords in the upright. That's choices. Knight of Wands in reverse. Oh, you're blocking your own progress because Two of Pentacles in reverse. You fear being sent back into that energy. Ace of Wands in reverse. Knight of Swords in the upright. Oh my goodness. The Star in reverse. Moon in reverse. Fool in the upright. Justice in reverse. High Priestess in the upright. Hanged Man in the upright. You're the only group I'm going to have 10 of Wands in reverse. Okay. I was going to take an extra card on that because the Hanged Man is gaining a new perspective. It can be about sacrificing something that has nothing to do with that here. So, hey, group number 3. You are happy. This is the graduation day card. This is somebody who is celebrating and living large and in charge. You may have recently relocated with this energy, particularly with this energy as well. Hey, listen, you are holding yourself back from greater connection due to the influence of a figure who frustrated, angered, and diminished you. You leaned in, you did all of the, gosh, this is a triumphant energy and this is a triumphant energy. Everything that is good in life, friendships, relationships, I'm not seeing a romantic energy in this particular draw, but remember, allowing yourself to be open to the idea of like, well, who knows? Who knows? And if you are really, you're hearing that, you're saying, no, I never want another relationship. All I'm asking you to do is to drop the never. It's fine if you don't want a relationship right now. Just accept that just as things change to get you here, they can change and bring something new and wonderful into your life. This is mystery that will bring a new perspective to an unfair situation. Your lack of balance is that you try to do absolutely everything by yourself. You don't accept support from others easily any longer. You hold yourself back. You have been in... You work really, you do all the work you're meant to. You just need to let this close out so that you can understand a new day is dawning in your life. That is the Fool energy. Look at the exuberance of this particular figure. Look how excited that person is. They're flying high and they're so, so happy. And everything is available to them. New journeys are available. Trust. All you have to do is trust yourself. Trust that, hey, yeah, I was once wrecked, but now I put myself back together. Does not mean something will come along and wreck me again. What it means, if I expand even a little bit, it means you have financial constraints just came out. You have the energy of somebody who you will persevere. That financial constraints is a victim mentality sometimes as well. It can be literal. It genuinely can be. You may have, that's going to be in the past position on that. You may have experienced a financial loss around a damaging relationship. Your group is not getting a lot of codependency markers. I think that you are, if anything, too independent at this point. The World, Fifth Chakra, Archangel Gabriel. The Magician in the Mirror. Third chakra, Archangel Chamuel. You're getting a lot of Archangel cards. So here is the thing. You know yourself to be powerful. You're a manifester. You're a manifester. The Archangel Gabriel card is the card of what I do. It's epiphanies, it's truth, it's clear communication. Despite having been potentially robbed of many things in the past, you put yourself back together as a really strong person who understands that you make your own reality. You believe in your own personal power. You are trying to, I think, define your life by the here and now. As for what will be allowed into your life, who will come into your life, there's a lot coming to you. Things are changing again. That action card, the Knight of Swords, it can be travel over water and all kinds of things. It's a very, very swift energy. And you've got a lot of movement energy coming towards you. Gates of Triumph as well. Listen, this is not meant to be menacing, because I think you're actually in a fairly happy energy. Things are changing in a good way. More is trying to come into your life. Don't resist connection. You're not afraid. You're gift. You're grateful for everything that you have, and you think that means that like it won't expand. You do a lot of work on that. Like you just you're willing to see the glass as being like not merely half full, but I bet that's really refreshing water. Like you've done all of that. And the thing is that you're trying to make a feast out of that beggar's meal. Like there's only this little bit here, but I will be grateful for that. I will be so happy with it. Coffin, unexpected income, toil and labor, great fortune. Okay, that's thoughts. I don't think it's really part of the read, so I'm going to pick it back up. Oh my goodness. Good luck. Your efforts returning more and more to you, living in a secure energy with this great fortune energy. Can this be, coffin is just something being done and over and buried. It can be something that's hidden as well. I don't think it is. I think that you have left the slights of the past in the past. But the other thing that you've left there is the idea of increase in a personal capacity. That you don't see, like you're fine with the mechanics of your life. Like you know how to like your existence. How to get up each day and be like, this is great, smell that air, oh my gosh, what a beautiful day. And that's wonderful. It genuinely is. Allow for the idea of more relationships. And does that have to mean romance? No, it doesn't. And whenever I'm saying this in any of my relationship reads, because there has tendency to be a little bit of an energy around some happy hermits. Like people tell me, I decided this, please don't decide things for the rest of your life. That's a little bit how people end up with the need to heal, is they cling to the idea of something being permanent. Be a little bit more open to the idea that, hey, for right now, perfectly happy. I think that's the way it's going to continue. I'm just going to stay single, but who knows? You never say never. There's a reason that we do that, because it's too rigid of an energy. Let go of the past, of the hurt. It's not coming back. You're different. It's not going to threaten your happiness. No one is going to rob you of everything again. Pay attention to the red flags. This is your red flag. There really is such a thing as being too independent, of being too rigid in what you will allow into your life, even when you're happy in your life. Allow increase, no matter what form it takes. Keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual, oh my goodness, your usual type and expectations and calling in your soulmate. Not all soulmates are romantic, but they can be. And I don't know why I have this energy of feeling like you're resistant. You're not just a little resistant, you're a lot like nope. Benefit from the harvest of knowledge and sustenance that cooperation brings. Other people are involved in cooperation. Hey, group number 4. I think that you feel happy. Like you're watching this read and you're like, I know where I am in my healing journey. I'm skipping through life. I wake up, I sing a happy song. And that is wonderful, and that is beautiful, and that is exactly what you deserve. That joy is yours and you deserve it. Please allow more to come into your life. And if you're resistant to that, again, remember, our ego holds us back. It tries to define things solely by trying to protect our wounds or trying to feed our appetites. And if we work in conjunction with our higher selves, we can have a beautiful, beautiful existence. And apparently in your lifetime, you have a soulmate pairing that is trying to come to you. Allow it to be part of your life. The past will only repeat itself if you are not healed. In group number 4, you are healed. Thank you so much for joining me. If you want to book me for a private reading, this is a little bit shorter than the other groups, so I think I'm going to go stop and I'm going to pull an angel answer card and I'm going to pull a flower oracle card because you're just in a slightly different energy. Look up and look brightly. And then I want an angel answer card for you as well. Optimism. Have optimism about all areas of life, not just as it pertains to the situation will improve. Have faith, have optimism. Allow more to come into your life. It wants to. Allow yourself to experience increase. Allow yourself to experience potentially connection. Remember, love is grand. It really genuinely is. Whatever went sideways in relationships that taught you that maybe there's something to be guarded against, they're not. They're not. We protect ourselves. Nobody ever protects us. None of us need a protector because we are our own protection. And you are very strong, but that does not mean you need to stay by yourself in order to be safe. Sorry about that. The wind just slammed a door behind me. I apologize if that startled anybody. Thank you again for joining me. I hope to see you next time.